Hello and welcome. Our guest for this edition of ASTA is FBI Special Agent Ida Hangen. Special Agent Hangen, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So what is human trafficking?
Human trafficking is basically modern day slavery. It's when someone is basically forced, coerced, or fooled into complying with a trafficker and thrown into either sex trafficking or forced labor.
So what are the more common forms of human trafficking?
Well, about 70% of it is sex trafficking, and the other 30% involves forced labor, people thrown into, becoming maids or thrown into the work fields and different things like that.
So who are the victims and who are the traffickers?
Well, victims become vulnerable when there's certain things in play, like being young, and some get lured off the internet just by thinking that they're talking to a teenager and it's actually a trafficker. And some are just their economic situation, coming over from, say, a different country, or just something that makes them vulnerable to being trafficked and promised a better life. And then the traffickers can just be anyone, but most of the time we see them where they're just involved in some kind of organized group, and it's one finds or recruits them, and then the other one, turns around and sells them, and the process continues.
So we're pretty close to the U.S.-Mexico border. Do you find that there's a lot of human trafficking coming our way from Mexico, Central, South America?
Yes, I mean, it comes in through the different countries, and here in the Southwest, we're gonna see the influx come through Mexico, and then there's filter on up to the different cities throughout the United States.
Okay, so what is the FBI doing to combat human trafficking?
So the FBI has human trafficking working groups, and that's located throughout the United States. And in these groups, what we do is we collaborate with other federal law enforcement agencies along with state and local, and we discuss just what's happening in the area, as well as we involve the non-governmental agencies, and they're our resources for our victims when we are able to rescue them. And during these law enforcement sessions and trainings, we try and educate the public and do certain things like going to churches, going to the schools in different areas, and educate them about what human trafficking is.
So a lot of outreach.
Yes.
And then, so what can the public do to help fight trafficking?
So what the public can do is they can call the FBI office or any law enforcement agency, or if it's an emergency, call 911. And then we have a 1-800 number that they can call, and somebody's always going to be answer the phone and get that person's information.
Okay. Well, very good information. Thank you very much. Special Agent Ida Hangen with the FBI, thank you for joining us on ASTA.
Thank you.